what she must think of me. A reasonable question for a detective to ask while debriefing a widow whose husband was killed by his own comrades. Good morning from the Pantheon. It's the second Starsday of the Squirrel, and I am your author. Stories are usually about characters, the situations they face, how they react. Some stories are about stories, though. Who tells them and who listens? Who misses the point and who pays the price? Let me explain. Widow Lee wanted a tale from Hugo Rank, what had really happened to her husband. But what did Hugo really want from Lee? That's when our narrator made himself unreliable. He had to fetch his tales rather far to stifle his sensibility. No wonder then that Hugo felt all twisted up inside. He forgot the only thing required of a good storyteller: to empathize with his characters. Purists may ask whether a narrator should grant the same empathy to antagonists as to protagonists. I would phrase this question differently. How could we possibly know what roles we'll play in a tale before we play them? That's what makes the stories of ordinary people so authentic. We only discover our true feelings in response to others. Our character is what happens in encounters between I and thou. Don't whine. It's easier to write ourselves into cliches than to leave ourselves open to character development. Hugo thought he'd found an easier way. He wove yarns into straitjackets. But could a detective trust his weave to such an unreliable narrator? Confused? I hope so. Otherwise, you'd have no reason to learn the truth for yourself. You can find the tale of Hugo and the Smokehouse as a Read With Me video on YouTube, a digital story on Medium, or printed zines for sale on Ko-fi. Join me in the Pantheon if you have the courage. But be warned, this game is fraught with danger. Play at your own risk.